So what I'd like to do today is tell you quite quickly the story of treadmills. So the first real person to document treadmills was Vitruvius. He was a Roman architect and engineer, and he talked about various different machines, including the treadmill, and how they actually transformed what people were able to do. So this is a much later depiction of something that was used during Roman times that enabled one person who in Egyptian times could have only lifted about 50 kilograms to lift about 3,000 kilograms. So this system of pulleys connected to the treadmill really enabled some of the most miraculous and huge achievements in all of history, really. So this bridge in Alcantara in Spain, 2,000 years old, includes 8-ton loads of stone that were lifted by the power of treadmills. You may have seen Florence Cathedral, similarly 90 meters high, built in 1426. Incredible weights of stone lifted incredibly high in order to create this spectacular dome of the Duomo. So we're in this situation, I suppose, where the technology moved on, and it was used in order to grind flour. So just down the road in Clerkenwell, this huge treadmill was operated by 25 people to grind flour that made bread for London. So in the past, treadmills were engines. They did important, dramatic tasks for people. They were very much a way of producing something. Now, I think this is the treadmill that we're much more familiar with. I don't know if any of you have ever used one, but they don't seem to make much. In fact, they don't normally produce anything. You can work away at them and nothing really seems to come out the other end. In fact, they actually consume things. It takes about 2.5 horsepower to run a treadmill. The faster you go on it, the more energy it consumes. It's a bit bonkers. A person can only produce quarter horsepower when they're running full power on it. So what's going on? Why have we ended up in this situation where these machines that were created to do incredible things, to build bridges and cathedrals, are being used to make nothing? So I wanted to ask that question, what's going on? Why have we ended up in this strange situation? I think what's happened to an extent is that we've designed exercise out of our lives. We have all these tools. We've tried very, very hard to make it so that we have very little to do. We can stay put very easily these days and survive. Things can be delivered to our house. Huge quantities of fat can come directly to your door. You don't have to go anywhere to survive. We've designed exercise out of our lives. It's almost become a commodity. It's become consumerized in this very interesting way. We have to buy exercise almost now. And that's taking its toll. So a third of people in the UK are obese, and it looks like about 50% of us will be obese in 2030. So this really is taking its toll. So that's not the only problem we're facing at the moment, this sort of abundance of energy in our bodies. We're also facing more and more of us moving to cities. So we're beyond the point now where 50% of the global population live in cities. But they aren't really working. We aren't connecting with each other. We aren't doing many of the things that we've heard today help make us happy. So only 50% of us are speaking to our neighbors every week. Only 1 in 10 of us now so less than 1 in 10 of us see family or friends once a month. And that's people over the age of 65. So it's particularly older people are being left out in this system. 13% of people over the age of 65 feeling always or often lonely. Our cities and our communities aren't working together to look after each other. So I think the treadmill in a way is a very good symbol for that. It's for this problem. One of this abundance of energy on the one hand that people are actually paying to get rid of energy from their bodies, and on the other side, these communities that are demanding energy. So that's why I started thinking about how could you put these things together? How could you create something that would, at one hand, address these people who want to get rid of energy from their bodies, and on the other hand, these communities that desperately need energy. And so that was what I created Good Gym to do. So we connect people who want to get fit with things that need to be done in their community. So we pair runners, people who want to get fit, with elderly and mobile people. You run to their house, you deliver them a newspaper, you check they're okay, and you run home again. So this is a great way to stay motivated. You get out of it, you know that someone's expecting you, you know that there's someone that you're really going to benefit when you get there. And from the other point of view, it's, for the older person, it's someone coming to say hello, someone that cares, someone that's safe, that they can trust, and that they can get to do simple tasks like changing light bulbs, taking the curtains down. Anything that needs doing, they can help. So, we're trying to say exercise can be a part of life. We're trying to say that doing good things for other people can fit in with the rest of your life. So we get a lot of young professionals, people who want to do good, people who want to get fit, but feel like they don't have time for both. With this, you get that sort of double sense of smugness. You can, you're doing your healthy thing, you get fit, but you also know that you've actually really helped an older person as well. And for the older people who are, stuck at home, many, many people completely housebound. You're the only person that's going into their life that day. And that does make a big difference, particularly over a longer period of time. So now we have 300 people all involved in this, all doing this. That creates, if everyone's doing that every week, that creates a big impact overall. We also realized that some people don't like running on their own. So we started doing these group runs. And they're a bit like flash mobs for doing good stuff. So we run somewhere, we do something, get the job done, and run away again. So this is turning compost, this is moving some soil around for a community garden. We'll go and clean community centres. We'll do the weeding in the park. We'd lift soil to the roof of a school so they can plant a garden. We can clear some land. Many different things, anything that's physical, give us a ring. We'll send a load of runners there. They'll do the job in half an hour and run off again. So, this is the third strand. This is this sort of like one-off mission thing, which will suit a third sort of style of runner. So, we'll send you a mission. So in this case, light bulb needs changing on the 21st floor of a block of flats. So this is what the runner tweeted. 21 floors. Should I run it or take the lift? So she did do the right thing and went up the stairs. Arrived knackered, but good exercise. Light bulb gets changed. We've heard a lot about all of this sort of thing. This is what the New Economics Foundation says, leads to well-being, and it's pretty obvious. We know it. If we're active, if we connect, and also if we give, it makes us happy. If we can build this in to the infrastructure of our cities, if we can get all of these benefits, if you get that motivation to run by giving, by helping other people, you're going to keep doing it. It can be a sustainable part of the way that we live our lives. And for the older people, for the people who are disconnected, it also gives them a chance to give. They become coaches. They become the person that's motivating. They are inspiring people to keep running. So, what we're trying to do with this now is become the infrastructure for this to happen everywhere. If you live in East London, please do get involved. If you live somewhere else, get in touch, and we will help you to set up a similar thing where you are. I think the big goal of this, though, is it's about cities, the way that we live our lives in cities, because cities are our future. If we're going to survive as a sort of global entity, we need to live in cities, and we need to make those cities work better. And I think if we can re-engineer that idea of the treadmill, then we can actually create something more important, more significant than cathedrals and bridges. We can build cities that we really want to be in, and cities where no one is left alone. Thank you. Thanks. Can I take this off?